Hey there! I have a surprise package. This is Calvin with Mini Pots here. And I got something from Bronze Age Miniatures. Now, he's done a couple Kickstarters, and he does sell sci-fi as well as historical as well as fantasy miniatures on his website. Well, I have 2 or 3 games, 4 or 5 maybe, 6, 7. Anyway, I have a few games that fit within those parameters. And I thought, and I've liked them before. I've been really intrigued with them. The detail, the personality that the miniatures have got me. So I wasn't sure, and so this is the way they came, and I ordered some. And so we have some Greek fellows and warriors, and then I have some more fantasy Northman type stuff. And he had a sale going on. That's the reason why I've been tempted to many times, but it just, whatever reason, the miniatures I was working with or looking at, they were not in the, I just didn't. They will require some assembly, as you probably figured, and the detail is very nice. And I'm getting these with the idea there is a new Brethren edition. There is Bronze Shield, Silver Coin. There is Warriors of Athena. And these, they're not Greek or Grecian, I guess might be the right way to phrase that. But there's a call where you can add a couple minis or a couple soldiers from barbarian tribes. And I think this might suffice. You can probably even throw in some Egyptian. Now, the only thing my only complaint, and I shouldn't use that word, is the slotted bases. Slotted bases are they have a strip of metal and they squeeze in this slot. But I should have probably primed these. But they are just simply cool. And this is, again, Bronze Age miniatures they are here in the States. They are sold through Fenris, and I think possibly North Star has some on their website. But that looks pretty cool, and you can pivot it. So from the side, it's a little bit ovaloid. There is some flash, but it's all manageable. I don't see a heavy seam line. And Fenris Games in the UK, who does some cool different things. So I have a little partner in crime here, and who's watching something. So if you hear some strange little sound effects in the background, these are the spears for a couple of the hoplites. So I may have to pause it just a second. We're going to wait and see. But more hoplite. More hoplite. And you can see where I cannot magnetize these, but I was thinking of, for continuity, instead of using these, I might use some spears from the Hoplites sprue by Victrix. And I think they'll fit just fine. Oh, there's one of the sprues I have, they don't have any arms on them. There's a couple loose. That's the mercenary sprue. And this is not that, but I don't think these are so horribly. This might fit a little bit better even. And those, I mean, would be using the mercenary sprue because the ones I have otherwise are and I did have a sprue handy, but of course, can I find it? No, but that's fine.
That probably didn't work out.
So I might have to give that a look. But these are just simply to die for. The detail's nice. I don't know if he does everything there in-house or not. He does have a way to message him on his website, but they're pretty well cleaned up to begin with. They're not all over the place. And he does some Greek skeletons, which just look cool. But you could see casting this up or and then doing either a spear or a sword behind you. And everything looks really, really, really cool. And this is the last one. He has this one, it looks like, in a couple different spots on his website. And this is the only one that came supplied with the nibbins. But the detail is nice. And I can't tell.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What?
And why was I thinking of using the? Because I'm not so sure I want to stick with the spear, and I can't. But it would work fine. And that has a very faint line. Very, very, very nice. So I just thought I would share. It's a small company. It looks like it is sort of, I'm going to use the term mom and pop. He probably has a full-time job. And this he does on his own on the side. I have no idea. I just look at the stuff and diversity. I just look at the diversity there on the website, and there's a lot of really neat things there. And I know there's a term for this type of shield, but I couldn't. So, hey, listen, thank you. And I just thought I would share something different. I hope other people like these and give it a visit and maybe subscribe to his stuff. And if there's some point that you want to do something different and he has a special or a sale, I know that he was sort of surprised from his comments on his Facebook page, that he was sort of surprised by how well he did on the sale. Things were delayed. So that is where we're at right now. Thank you for watching and hope you like these. Hope you became aware of something different. And happy gaming.